and welcome to the Koppenberg, one of the most famous climbs in this year's Tour of Flanders. So if you were at the bottom of this climb, you're looking up there, you've got 11% average gradient, 550 metres, and it gets to 22% max. So if you're coming through this corner, it's both beautiful, but you know it's going to hurt. The Koppenberg is one of the most famous climbs in the Flemish Ardennes region. It's also super famous for the Koppenberg cyclocross race, which actually takes place in this field just here. So the pre-race favourites are going to know this climb. It features in a few other races. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting one on Sunday. This is where the climb starts to get really steep. I mean, even just walking up here, it's a struggle. The cobbles are so bumpy, and if it's wet on Sunday, oof, I wouldn't want to do it. For some riders, the Tour of Flanders is a familiar challenge, but for a select few, this is their first time doing the Ronde. We've just seen UAE Team Emirates ride past us here at the Koppenberg, so let's hear what they have to say. Which do you feel is the most decisive climb?
I think it's the position before Cuamo, second time in Flanders. But yeah, Koppenberg we did a few times, and actually I didn't remember it so steep. So when the first time we saw it, I was like, when I look up the wall, I was laughing like, what is this? But yeah, I mean it's super cool being here. So many iconic bike races has been raced here, and yeah, the biggest champion rode on the same road. So yeah, that's quite cool.
We're here at the cuamo, which is the penultimate climb for this year's Tour of Flanders. The riders are going to tackle this twice, once at 200k in and then once again at 238k in. By the time they get here, their legs are going to be absolutely ruined, and this is one of the longest climbs. So they start on tarmac and about halfway through they hit the cobbles, and these are rough cobbles. They're not smooth, they are rutted, they are aggressive. So this is really going to sap the energy out of the riders.
For me, always the race is really on from Cuamo second time, and from there on, it's always, you don't know which climb gonna be decisive, but every climb is decisive more or less if the best guys decide to go. So depend just the tactics and when the other guys feel for it. And also when I won, I actually managed to get away in attack, and I think that's the best way to win for me. If I have the legs to get a bit in front before the strongest riders go, for example in Cuamo, then I know I will struggle to follow, but if I have some seconds advantage getting into those climbs, you can get over with them, and I know I have a good final.
The riders tackle the Patterberg twice in this year's edition of the Tour of Flanders. In 2013 and 2016, Fabian Cancellara and Peter Sagan respectively dropped their companions here just before the finish line. And for Sunday, who do you think will win?
Greg van Avermaet.
Yeah?
Ja.
Ik zou wel zeggen.
All of you think Greg van Avermaet?
Ja. Of Alaphilippe.
Ja, Alaphilippe.
Yeah.
Ik denk
Wout van Aert zou ook wel mooi zijn.
Ja.
Ja.